The Brave browser is a very popular browser, not just on Linux but also on Windows and Mac OS. It has its own default search engine and it blocks ads as well as trackers by default. This gives Brave the reputation of being the best browser for people who want privacy but do not want to deal with the hassle of configuring Firefox. Even though it is considered a privacy-safe browser for normal people, it has gotten a lot of hate from the various online privacy communities. Today, I will be taking a deep dive into why this may be the case, and if there are any real arguments against it. This will not be a video bashing on the Brave browser, but rather a more critical look into it from the perspective of someone very privacy-centric. All browsers have their own merits and drawbacks as no browser is perfect, so I will try my best to be as objective as possible. Without any further ado, let's get into it. When we launch Brave for the first time, the first thing it asks us is whether we want to import our settings from different browsers. I have only Firefox available because Firefox is the only browser I have installed right now. I suppose if we had other browsers like Chromium, it would give us an option to import settings from that too. Let's move on. Right off the bat, they are asking you to contribute your information to them. They will be using this information to make their search engine, Brave Search, better. They call the information they will be collecting search signals. They say that all the data they collect will be anonymous, but I personally don't believe that data can truly be anonymous. It only depends on how much data advertisers have on you as well as their ability to recreate a profile that closely resembles you, and for all intents and purposes identify you. Studies have already been done where these ad companies can identify people using only 2 randomly chosen time and date data points. With the strides made to AI and machine learning, I believe that they can more likely than not be able to make accurate reconstructions too. Moreover, the financial benefits and monetary use of personal data usually outweighs the incentive to protect user privacy. If you want to learn more about this feature in detail, then you can go into their Web Discovery Project page. Here you can see that they will collect information on the addresses you visit along with engagement metrics. When you use a different search engine, they will collect certain fractions of information on your queries, and even metadata on the page you visited. After that, the browser then asks you for more data. This time it's for improving the web browser. The first one is for sending diagnostics reports in the case the browser crashes. The second one is to send private and anonymous product insights about the features you use in Brave. You can obviously read more about it, and they do say you can turn it on or off whenever you want. Let's look at the data they will collect. They will receive data such as your Brave version, the Brave channel release, your CPU information, along with the operating system you are using as well as the date and time signature. If we go to the second more generalized one, they collect similar information but also have country as well as referral code if you have any. They say that they will delete the data after 30 days but they will keep anonymized summaries indefinitely. Anyway, let's proceed further. If you recall just now, I opted out of the data collection, but if I search for the keyword ping in the settings, you will see that some daily usage statistics is still being sent. So you will have to toggle another data collection feature off in here as well. Another thing you would have noticed by now is that when you open a new tab, you will see a promoted product. I do not like this at all, and I don't know why it has to be shown the first time I launched the browser. Also, we cannot talk about Brave without considering its cryptocurrency BAT. BAT or basic attention tokens can be used to buy gift cards, exchange for currencies, and support content creators. You can get these tokens by simply using the browser and opting into the ads. You can configure it to send you advertisements a certain amount of times per hour. Then you can get BAT rewards for it. The BAT amount you receive is relative to the ads you viewed. You will also get ads in the form of these pop-up notifications. But you should know though that if you want to cash your BAT tokens, you would have to register with an exchange. Exchanges have a KYC or Know Your Customer identification. You would have to submit something like your government identification as well as other documents. If you really want the money you got from using Brave, you'd have to do this registration. For my country though, it is not available at the moment. There have been reports by some in the past that there may be issues with this system. Things like losing their Bitcoins or not being able to get the coins out. You can see them posted here on the Brave community. The next thing I want to talk about is the Tor functionality that Brave has. The people who developed Tor advise against using it with other browsers, as these other browsers lack most of the changes and modifications that the Tor browser has. These alterations are important as they prevent any sort of data leakage or potential problems in regards to privacy. Even the Brave browser itself states this too. If you really need to use Tor to protect your privacy, it is better to use the actual Tor browser rather than implementations like the one Brave has done. In fact, if we search up incidences regarding this feature, we find that there has been issues in the past. It was found that IP addresses of the people that use this feature were leaked. So if you were using the Tor private browsing in Brave to go to an address at the time of this report, your IP would have been exposed to the website as well as your ISP. The news sites further go on that this had been going on for months. They eventually did fix it, but I would be hesitant to use this feature if complete privacy was paramount. Next, we will look into the more controversial incidences that Brave has been involved in. One of the more notable ones is the link replacement fiasco they had in 2020. In March that year, Brave was caught running affiliate marketing without any disclaimers. They replaced normal links with links that had their affiliate codes, I presume as a way to generate income. In this Twitter post, you will see that when you go to a particular crypto site using the Brave browser, it automatically fills its own affiliate code. This is not the end of this particular situation. It was not just one site, but a few sites related to crypto. Furthermore, the response given by the CEO on his Twitter page was that all of this was above board and upright. The article also notes that back in 2018, the browser was asking donations on behalf of other people, which is, in my opinion, very weird to say the least. Later on, the CEO did apologize for the affiliate link replacement after getting major pushback from the community. Something similar also happened in 2016, where Brave said they would remove banner ads from websites, but then went on to say that they will put their own instead. Another more recent incident happened when Brave installed their firewall and VPN service on Windows users without their consent. So if you installed the Brave browser, you'd also have the Brave VPN installed on your machine too. I think that if a person wants to use the Brave VPN, they should be able to do so. But to bundle it with the browser like this is strange. I believe that they did remove it later on. If we come back to the browser again, and we look through its feature set, I can't find any features that are really anything special. They do have things like the Leo AI. But to be honest, how many people would really use something like this? It feels more like blood than actually being useful. They also have their Brave Talk. Again, there are other platforms available that do the same thing. This is not really necessary, and it just adds more feature creep to the browser. Also, I don't really see a need where you would have a wallet in your browser too. Most of the features seem superfluous to me. You can turn off most of them, but what would be the point of adding them in the first place if everyone will just opt out? If we go back into the settings, I do not see anything special that it offers to something like vanilla Chromium. You can say that it blocks trackers and malicious sites, but the Brave Shield uses Google's safe browsing facility for this. This function is available on most browsers already. Everything the Brave Shield can do, there are add-ons that can do it better. In the Extensions tab too, there is a WebTorrent client as well. This further adds even more on top of an already complicated piece of software. You could argue that all these features can be turned off and are optional, but if you turn off all of them, you would be left with vanilla Chromium with a substandard uBlock extension. At the end of the day, Brave is better than something like Edge or Chromium, and I can see use cases where people may benefit from using something like Brave. But if you are willing to spend a bit of time configuring Firefox, you would have a much better experience in privacy protection. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.